half a cup of coffee is just not enough coffee to fuel operations here. So we have not had enough coffee today, but we are presenting an AI paper in a bit. And meanwhile, I wanted to talk about several things. So one of those things is differentiation and intuition in 2026. I was talking about in another video about how differentiation has never been harder than it is in 2026. It really has never been harder than it is today. But there are things that can differentiate teams and leaders and companies more than they can differentiate products. Because at the end of the day, you can offer a product, but I can also build my own version of that product. I can build something that's custom for me, that I like more, that I can tweak and go back and forth with. And no one's going to be charging per iteration, per sprint, per user. So that ends up being much more cost effective and much more valuable for me as the end user, especially if I'm not this huge enterprise that's not concerned with guardrails and security and compliance and all of that. If I'm not worried about that, if I'll have less than 1,000 users in my product, I would probably build it on my own. Like, I wouldn't be going to a huge IT vendor that will require a huge IT budget that I do not have. So that's something that I think teams, companies, entrepreneurs, everyone should be thinking about today. But this point of differentiation that I wanted to talk about is in terms of teams and leaders. It's not about the product. It's about you having this product market fit intuition that allows you to quickly iterate, quickly pivot, and quickly understand this is a product that I have, this is the response of the market, and if we continue with the product that we have, we are getting absolutely nowhere. So you need to have this intuition as a founder, as an entrepreneur. I was talking with a young entrepreneur some days ago, and we were talking about iterations and pivoting and all of that. And what I was saying to her is, if you think that testing and iterating and pivoting is something that you're going to be doing in the beginning and that's it, you've got this thing wrong. As a founder, an entrepreneur, a business person, anyone in the product SaaS, B2B, even B2C space, iteration is the name of the game. Pivoting, testing, experimenting, that's the name of the game. If you want to put a product in the market and say, product's done, let's do some marketing and get some usage, and that's it, you're done. The usage of that product is going to decline so quickly because you're not paying any attention to how can I improve this product? How can I improve the product experience? What do I need to add to this product so that I can keep the users in the product as much as possible? Like, you need to be thinking about a lot of things every day. It's not just about, oh, we're going to have 6 months of testing and then we're good to go. This is the way that businesses need to operate. They need to be operating as startups in the sense of testing, iterating, continuously validating, continuously discovering. Like, all of this is a continuous process. It's not just a one and done. It's the only way that you're going to be able to really keep your product alive, going and growing. And even your business, even if you've been in business for decades, you still need to have this product mindset. Something else that I get asked with certain frequency is in relation to social media, content, platforms, and all of that. I get this question both from SaaS, B2B startups and companies, and also B2C getting off the ground products or ideas. And the main question is, like, we don't know how frequent we should be posting. We don't know what we should be posting. We don't know which platforms we should be in. Like, I get all of these questions. The simplest way to answer this is, don't ask me. ask your audience, like, where is your audience? When are they tuning in? What are they interested in? Like, if you're asking me and you're not asking your audience, you're doing something wrong, because you should be listening to your audience. They are the experts when it comes to what they will be engaged with. I, as a marketer with X amount of experience, won't be able to tell you just out of the blue, hey, your audience, which I have not been in contact with for like the last whatever, because every audience is different and specific. So your audience that I barely know anything about will be super engaged with X post. Like, I cannot guarantee you that. I can tell you about certain principles, certain aspects of content and strategy and marketing that are like a foundation that will serve as a base, but I cannot tell you about a specific piece of content that will make your audience go crazy. That you need to ask your audience for. You need to be listening to your audience over a certain period of time. You can't say, well, I've made one post or two posts and they did not work. Well, you know what? One post, two posts, three posts, they're not going to work. People don't tune in to see one post, two posts, or three posts. They tune in after you've spent a period of time with them and you've proved to them that you will be showing up consistently and also bringing value. So your audience is not going to tune in for one or two or three posts. They are going to tune in when you've proven to them that you will show up consistently and that you will consistently bring value. Now let's talk about messaging, landing pages, conversion, and audience. Messaging and landing pages. So when you go into a landing page, you need to be thinking about, if this were my presentation letter, if this was the front door of my business, if this was the first thing that my potential customer was seeing about me, would they understand my product? Would they understand what I'm about? Would they understand the value? Would they understand the pain points I'm solving? Would they understand the pricing model, and would it make sense to them? Like, you need to ask all of these questions. If you cannot answer those questions clearly from your landing page is not working. If I go into your landing page, let's say for a B2B SaaS product, and I have no idea what your product does, who's it for, what it solves, no idea, you're doing something wrong, because I have no idea who you're talking to, and maybe I am your potential client, but that's not clear to me. So it should be very clear. If your landing page is not working, if your messaging is not working, I'll go back to what I was saying about product. You need to test, you need to iterate, and you need to be experimenting. You can't just say this is a header and that's it, and then look at your analytics and be like, well, we have 2% conversions and we have a beautiful product, so where's the gap? Well, test your messaging, test your copy, look at what's working, look at what's not working. Show your landing page to someone and ask, if you saw this landing page and knew nothing about my product, is it clear to you the value of our product? Is it clear to you what we're doing? Is it clear to you what this product is about? Is it clear to you who it's for? If they have questions, if they don't understand, if they're confused, you need to make some improvements to your landing page. Now let's talk about conversions. I see a lot of young founders and entrepreneurs focused on how many eyes they're getting on their content, on their website, on their product, how much reach, how much exposure. I wouldn't be thinking about those metrics. I would be thinking about conversion rate from these people who saw your landing page, your product, your ad, your whatever. How many of them moved? How many of them advanced to a different stage in the funnel? Like, did they take any action after looking at your content, at your product, at your landing page? If they didn't do anything, even if you're getting 1 million views and then your conversion rate is 0, for me, that content isn't working. I'd rather have a piece of content that has 100 views and then a 15% conversion rate. That's working. That's doing something for me. A piece of content with 1 million views that showed no conversion rate is not working for me. That's doing nothing for me. So when we talk about conversion, don't focus on how many people are looking at the thing. Focus on how many people are moving forward because of the thing you created, because of the content, because of the messaging. So now let's talk about audience and analytics. For years, marketers and founders and everyone has been able to use hard analytics. For me, hard analytics are the analytics that are yes or no. Are people watching? Yes or no. How many people are watching? How many followers do you have? How much reach do you have? How many views? What's the conversion rate? These are hard and clear numbers. It's a black and white situation. It's not like, oh, we're getting some views. How many views? Oh, we're getting some traction. How much traction? So it's very clear. But now we also have another metric or thing that can help us see or measure success, which is our audience. What is your audience saying about you? What is your audience saying about your product? This may not necessarily come in the form of we're getting more views, we're increasing usage, we're getting more followers, we're getting more comments in our content, but it's more about what's the feedback that you're getting from your clients. So this feedback may be something like they are going into your DMs and saying, thank you so much, we love the product. They may be sending you emails. They may be referring your product and sharing it with a friend. So what is your audience doing, and are they engaged with your product, with your solution? Are they becoming loyal customers? Are they doing any of these additional things that go beyond your traditional metrics and traditional analytics? This is something that you should also be measuring. Like the amount of emails that you get per month from customers being happy and pleased with your content and your product. Maybe you're not measuring that, and you probably should be, because these are success stories. These are success metrics. Everything that your audience is telling you is fundamental. You should be listening to your audience. If it's negative feedback, if it's praise, whatever they are saying to you, listen and pay attention and iterate your messaging, your product, your content, everything based on that.